the sweeter he grows.
That's Darrell Wynn, and The Longer I Serve Him on FM 92.1 WXPS. Well, good morning. 26 minutes now after 10 o'clock. We're going to be here until noon today, live here in the studio for the January Radiothon. This is our last 2 hours of the Radiothon, and we want to thank everybody for everything that's been done so far. We started out with a record total. It doesn't mean we were done and that we had all that we needed. We still don't. But we started out with a record total in the Radiothon as we got started on this past Thursday at noon, and then it went on from there. And I believe it was by 6 o'clock Thursday, if I remember correctly. We had the $1,600 in the radio fund, and we already had $300 in the building fund. We moved on from there, and right now we are at $2,292 as a grand total. $692 in the building fund, $1,600 in the radio fund. So again, a total of $2,292 donated so far in this January Radiothon. That's wonderful. That is great. But we're still here this morning not only to say thank you to those who have done so much already, but to ask those of you who have not given yet, and especially if you've been blessed by this radio station, but you've never given to support the station, or if it's been a while, maybe it was early last year sometime, or middle of last year, even back some year prior to that. It's been a while since you've given to the radio station, or maybe you never have, but we pray that today is going to be the day that you will hear from the Lord and obey the Lord if He is indeed speaking to you to help out. We spent a good bit of time over the past couple of days as we were doing these live segments talking about the various outreaches of the church here and how that things are being done and will continue to be done that will reach out to more people than just those who actually attend Truth Chapel. Now, most of the giving this month, as always, has been from people who do attend Truth Chapel. But honestly, there's not enough of us here, and there's not enough giving that can take place here to meet all the needs. And so we come to you and ask for help, because we are here to bring you the gospel as well, to bring you the message of the cross, as well as to the people here who do attend church at Truth Chapel. So that's why we come to you. We're doing more than normally is done by a church our size, as far as 24 hours a day, 7 days a week radio, as well as the things we do online. We've got new things we're adding. We've got adding to the broadcast that we've been talking about. We have a bookstore. We've got a prayer room. We're holding events in Spartanburg that, as Nikki said yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, she said it this way: we are bringing those of you that love the Sun Life Broadcasting Network, we are bringing you many things about SBN to right here in Spartanburg. Not only the church services, but the bookstore, the special events, the radio station, and so forth. All that is tied together to bring you the same anointed music, to bring you the message of the cross. And I don't know anybody else that's doing that here in the Spartanburg area. And honestly, there aren't many people doing that anywhere in the world, anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world. And so it is a unique opportunity that the Lord has given us. But as He has done that, He is also giving a unique opportunity to those who can support this work and stand up and say, I want to be counted in this work. And let me tell you something, your financial support of the work that is going on here is just as important and just as necessary as somebody who's preaching, somebody who's teaching, somebody that's talking on the radio, or whatever the case may be. Your support is just as vital, just as needed as anything else. So those that have participated in this radiothon so far for the month of January, you're a vital part of the ministry here. And we need for more of you, especially those in Spartanburg, to step up and say, I want to be a part of what's going on at Truth Chapel and at Sound of Truth Radio. You may have a church that you attend faithfully somewhere else. It may be a local church in Spartanburg, or you may live somewhere else and you're listening or watching online right now. But it doesn't matter who you are or where you are. If you are receiving blessings and benefits from what we are doing, or even if you're maybe just aware of what we are doing and you agree with it, but it's not something that you can listen to all the time or watch all the time, the Lord may be leading you to be a part. And we just pray that you will hear the call of the Lord today, if He would have you do something, and that you would obey. Again, our total right now, $2,292, and really what we need there for a grand total is around $3,600, because if we put $1,600 in radio, which we've done, and then get the $2,000 in the building fund, that's $3,600. So we are over $1,000 away. We're about $1,300 away from really where we need to be just to cover what is needed for the month of January. And as we've also said a lot over the last couple of days, we need for somebody to step up who will say, you know, I'm going to give you a very, very large gift and help you not only meet the expenses for the month of January, but help you pay some of these bills so the expenses will not go on so long with the renovation debts that we owe, and we can get busy looking seriously into purchasing this building that we're in sometime this year. That's what we need to do. That by the middle of this year, we need to be in a position to purchase this building. And as I said yesterday, if just 100 people would give $100 each for about 6 months, that would get everything paid. And then we could see about being able to buy the building. So we need those of you that can give $1 or $2 or $5 or $10 or $25, $50, $100, whatever it may be, on up to very large and sizable gifts. We need to hear from each and every one of you this morning between now and noon Eastern Time. That means we've got about an hour and a half to go. I want the phone to ring. We want the text to come in. We want you to drop by if you're in Spartanburg, or go to the website and donate via PayPal. Whatever the Lord leads you to do, it's for the preaching of the message of the cross. It's to keep this facility open that we're in, with a radio studio, soon to be a TV studio, the church, the classrooms, the bookstore, the prayer room, the library, all the things that are operating right now or are going to be operating very soon, such as TV and the library. We just need you to pitch in and do the best that you can. Our website is wxpsfm.com. That's where you can donate safely and securely via PayPal. Our telephone number here at the church is it's our prayer line, and we use it as our donation line during radiothons. That number is 864-327-8725. You can call that number right now. Somebody will answer, and you can use your credit or debit card to give over the phone. Also, you can call that number to let us know if you're going to be mailing in a check or a money order. Again, that number is 327-8725. The mailing address is Post Office Box 1905, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29304. Please make any checks or money orders payable to Truth Chapel. And then our text number is 864-507-9382. Simply text the word GIVE to that number, and we'd be happy for you to give that way. It's a one-time setup. It's easy. I remember when we first got this system, I did it to kind of try it out, and it took me about 3 minutes to get set up with that system. So you can do it in 3 minutes as well, and you never have to set it up again as long as there are no changes that you need to make. Once you get it set up, then in the future, if you want to give, say, $50, you can type in GIVE space 50 and text it to that number, and it will automatically be taken care of for you. Again, that number is 864-507-9382. And last but not least, you can drop by today until noon. We'll be here in the bookstore ready to meet you and graciously accept a donation from you or let you shop in the bookstore, whatever the case may be. Our address is 250 North Church Street right here in downtown Spartanburg. We are looking for you, and we want you to come by and be a part of the Radiothon today, or be a part by calling or by going online, whatever the case may be. But just know that there's a work going on here in Spartanburg that reaches out beyond Spartanburg. It reaches out as far as we can get it to as many people as we can possibly get it to, and we just ask that you please pray about being a part of it if you've not already done so. For those of you who have, we thank you so very, very much for what you have done to keep this work going. God bless you, and those of you that haven't, especially those in Spartanburg, we're waiting to hear from you. We'll be right back after a music set on the January Radiothon on Sound of Truth Radio.
Once upon a time I was feeling mighty fine, and I said it in a happy song. I said it 'cause I told just how I felt, and my friends started singing along. If you ask me if I'm still feeling fine right now, I can answer with an all-time yes. I can tell you how I feel, there's never any need to guess. I'm still feeling fine after all this time, I'm feeling mighty fine today. Every day I'm climbing just a little bit higher, walking up the King's Highway. I still want to go where the milk and honey flow, and I'm not going to change my mind. Happy on the journey, and I'm still feeling mighty fine.
Waking in the morning, thinking about the journey, going to the promised land. I think about the songs we used to sing, and I sing them all over again. God has never changed, and the song remains. Heaven's still on my mind. I know where I'm going, I'm still feeling mighty fine.
Still feeling fine after all this time, I'm feeling mighty fine today. Every day I'm climbing just a little bit higher, walking up the King's Highway. I still want to go where the milk and honey flow, and I'm not going to change my mind. Happy on the journey, and I'm still feeling mighty fine. I'm still feeling fine after all this time, I'm feeling mighty fine today. Every day I'm climbing just a little bit higher, walking up the King's Highway. I still want to go where the milk and honey flow, and I'm not going to change my mind. Happy on the journey, and I'm still feeling mighty fine. I'm still feeling fine after all this time, I'm feeling mighty fine today. Every day I'm climbing just a little bit higher, walking up the King's Highway. I still want to go where the milk and honey flow, and I'm not going to change my mind. Happy on the journey, and I'm still feeling mighty fine. Oh, I still want to go where the milk and honey flow, and I'm not going to change my mind. Happy on the journey, and I'm still feeling mighty fine. Still feeling fine.
when I was just a boy. I wasted everything my daddy had worked for. Well, I got so hungry, and Lord, so alone. All I could think of was that bread at Daddy's home. So I took me a long look down that long winding road. It looked like a million miles, but Lord, I gotta go. So I'm going home. I'm going home. Yes, I'm going home. I'm going home. I've been in this place of disgrace for way too long. For way too long. But I'm going home. Yes, I'm going home. The head hanging low. Lord, here I come. I'm going home. Every step that I take, Lord, I recall. I thought they were leading me to my freedom. It only led to my fall. Well, up ahead there's a crossroad to my daddy's home. Who's that old man? Lord, that's my daddy, and he's waving me on. Well, I'm going home. I'm going home. Oh, I'm going home. I'm going home. I've been in this place of disgrace for way too long. For way too long. Oh, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. The head hanging low. Lord, here I come. I'm going home. Head hanging low. Lord, here I come. I'm going home.
Sing that last verse, if you will, please, Robert, again.
Well, every step that I take, Lord, I recall. I thought they were leading me to my freedom. It only led to my fall. Well, up ahead there's a crossroad to my daddy's home. Who's that old man? Lord, that's my daddy. He's waving me on. Well, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I've been in this place of disgrace way too long.
That's Robin Hurd, and I'm going home. FM 92.1 WXPS. 16 minutes now before the top of the hour. I'm Scott Corbin, and we're so glad to have you with us this morning on this live radiothon. And again, not to be repetitious, but we spent a lot of time the last couple of days talking about things coming up and events, and I'll try to cover some of that again in the next hour. But for right now, just to say again, we really need for folks in Spartanburg, South Carolina, who listen to this radio station to reach out and be a part, not just by listening, not just by receiving, but by giving. Make it possible for it to stay on the air. Keep us in this building downtown where we can do radio from and do everything else we're doing. And there's a lot of stuff going on. There will be a whole lot more. But if we're financially strapped, it makes it very difficult to step out and do new things. One of the things we have coming up this month that I'll go ahead and mention right now is Marianne Peluso McGahan, her husband Chris, they're going to be coming January the 26th and the 27th. That's a Saturday night at 7 o'clock and a Sunday morning at 10. And when we do things like this, we haven't ever come on the air that I remember and asked for help to be able to do these things. But these things are costly. These things are costly to the church to bring people in. We have to either fly them in, or in a few rare cases where people drive, we pay for their transportation cost. In that case, when it's a couple of people who are coming and not just one, that doubles the cost. If you're talking about plane tickets, which it does in this case, we pay for their lodging, we pay for their meals, as we should. I mean, that's not anything special that we're doing that other churches shouldn't do. If they were doing something similar, they would need to cover those expenses as well. And then when you come to these events, we only ask for a love offering. We don't ask for you to try to help us make up these expenses we've incurred to get the ministers here, but we simply ask you for a love offering to be able to bless them in that respect and thank them for what they've done as far as ministering here in Spartanburg. So we've got something right there coming up in just a few weeks. And then in the month of March, about a month after Marianne and Chris are here, we're going to have Pastor Ronnie Mitchum from Texas. And then a couple of months after that, we've got Brother Donnie Swaggart from SBN. And I don't know what will be the second part of 2019 yet, but I know if you'll keep us here and keep us doing what we are doing, if you agree with it, and if you believe it's of the Lord, then we'll have some great things to talk about at that time as well. So saying all that to say we need your help. We need your help. We are at $2,292 in our grand total right now. We need to be at about the $3,600 mark as a minimum in order to pay expenses for the month of January for the facility and for the radio station. Now, the first $1,600 that came in, we put it towards radio, and that's why when you see it come up on the screen in a few minutes, it'll say $1,600 in radio. But then notice that we've got a total in the building fund, for which we're very, very grateful, $692, but it's not where we need to be. We need to be at the $2,000 mark. So we've got about $1,300 to go. And in the next hour and 12 minutes is my prayer that I don't know whether it's going to be one person or 10 people or 20 people, but that we can make up that $1,300 and get that done. That's why we need you to call. No matter what size your gift is, you're not to compare the size of your gift with somebody else's and say, well, mine was a larger gift or mine is smaller, so maybe it's not significant. Everything adds up. Everything given so far has added up to bring us to the total where we are thus far. And anything that comes in additionally up until noon today and really for the rest of the weekend, but we'd love for it to be before noon today so that we can announce the grand total at the end of the program today in a little over an hour. Everything that comes in is going to be significant because it had a part. Your gift has had or will have a part in bringing us to whatever our grand total is. And I'm praying our grand total is going to be at least $3,600. You can donate by going to our website, wxpsfm.com. There's a donate link on the front page. You can donate safely and securely there via PayPal. You can give us a call at 864-327-8725. You can donate safely and securely over the phone with a credit or debit card with that phone number. You'll have a live person that's going to answer between now and noon. Also, you can come in the bookstore and give your donation in person if you would like to. We can take credit or debit card in the bookstore, as well as, of course, taking cash or check. Our address is 250 North Church Street right here in downtown Spartanburg. If you haven't been to the bookstore yet, today would be a great day to come between now and noon. You can also mail in a check or a money order to P.O. Box 1905, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29304. Please make that check or money order payable to Truth Chapel. And last but not least, text in your gift by texting the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 864-507-9382. Again, that's 507-9382. Text the word GIVE. If it's your first time to do it, you'll be prompted for some information about whatever card you are using or a bank account you may be using. And once that's all set up, you're done. You do your donation at that time. And then if you want to do that again in the future, all you do is type in give, space, and the dollar amount you're giving. And it's very simple and very straightforward. So we need to hear from you today, and we need to hear from you very, very soon for your donation to be included in whatever total we have the privilege of announcing right before noon today. So come on by, give us a call, go to the internet, to the website, go to the text number, or mail in a check or money order, whatever it is the Lord would have you do. We just need to hear from you today to get us to where we need to be, to keep the message of the cross going forth in Spartanburg in the many ways that God has blessed us to do. Would you call right now? Would you do something to bless the work of God? I hope and pray that you will. We're waiting to hear from you. Here's Greg Coleman. Healing is here. Let this song minister to you as you're calling or as you're preparing to give in some other way. We'll be right back on the other side of it.
Healing is here. Healing is here. Healing is here. And I receive it. Healing is here. Healing is here. Healing is here. And I believe it. I believe it. Sing it, Greg. Sing it. I reach my hands to the heavens, lift my eyes where my help comes from. I look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. Freedom is here. Freedom is here. Oh, yes, it is. Freedom is here. Freedom is here. And I receive it. Yes, I do. Freedom is here. Freedom is here. Freedom is here. And I believe it. I reach my hands to the heavens, lift my eyes where my help comes from. I look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. I reach my hands. I reach my hands Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. Oh, yes, Lord. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Yeah. Oh, sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Oh, sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power. You are the God of all power. Yeah. And it is your will that my life, it is your will, Lord. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. I reach my hands to the hills, lift my eyes where my help comes from. Look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. Praise God. Reach my hands to the hill, lift my eyes where my help comes from. Look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. Trust in you. I'm gonna trust in you, Jesus.
Greg, sing that chorus one more time. Sickness can't stay here any longer. Praise God.
Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. That's what the Bible says. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Say it with me now, church. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Sickness can't stay any longer. heavens, lift my eyes where my help comes from. Look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. Reach my hands to the heavens, lift my eyes where my help comes from.
You're listening to WXPS LP 92.1 FM in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Trust in you. Let's sing that again. I lift my hands to the heavens. I lift my hands to the heavens. Lift my eyes where my help comes from. I look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. I trust in you.
Sickness cannot stay here any longer. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus.
Sickness can't stay any longer. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Just sing it softly. Sing it again. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will in my life. We gotta sing it again. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life. Sing it one more time. Sickness can't stay. Sickness can't stay. It can't stay any longer. His perfect love. His perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God. You are the God of all power. And it is your will. And it is your will that my life is here. I reach my hands to the heavens. I lift my eyes where my help comes from. I look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. Say it with me. Reach my hands to the heavens. Lift my eyes where my help comes from. Look to you, my rock, my healer. Trust in you. Trust in you.
Hallelujah. Praise God, praise God. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Sickness can't stay here any longer. Glory to God. Sing that line again. Sing it again. Sing that line again. Praise God.
Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. One more time. Yeah, sickness can't stay any longer. Your perfect love is casting out fear. You are the God of all power, and it is your will that my life is healed. Reach my hands to the heavens. I lift my eyes where my help comes from. Look to you, my rock, my heel. I trust in you. Reach my hand to the heavens. Lift my eyes where my help comes from. Look to you, my rock, my healer. I trust in you. Oh, trust in you.
Praise God, praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. One more time now. Worship Him. Worship Him. I need Thee, oh, I need Thee. Every hour I need Thee. Oh, bless Thee now, my Savior. I come to
You're listening to WXPS FM 92.1 Sound of Truth Radio. We are about to come to an end in about 50 minutes for the January Radiothon. I do want to remind you, though, you can give anytime via the website. You don't even have to wait till Radiothon rolls around every month. You can always call our prayer line and leave a message there if you'd like to give a donation. Certainly leave a prayer request as well, but you can leave a message about a donation anytime as well. We'll call you back, and you can text in anytime. It doesn't have to be during Radiothon, but this is the one time a month when we come to you and ask that you get very serious and be mindful of the fact that we need your help to keep doing what we do. And so we appreciate all the help that has come in thus far. We are still at the total we started at this morning, which is $1,600 in radio and a total of $692 in the building fund for a grand total of $2,292. We do need to get further than that, and time's ticking away, folks, getting closer and closer to the noon hour, and we're not making further progress since we got started a little over an hour ago, and we need to do that. There are those of you, I think, listening right now, maybe even watching online right now, maybe on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Vision of Truth. You're watching, you're listening, and you know that this is of the Lord. And if you're able to do something, I challenge you and encourage you to pray and ask the Lord, Lord, what would you have me do? What would you have me do to support this work? And also, those of you that aren't overly familiar with who we are and what we do, I invite you to find out more. Go to our website, truthchapel.org, or to the radio website, wxpsfm.com. Find us on Facebook. We have several different Facebook pages. One is Truth Chapel World Evangelism Fellowship Church. Another is Sound of Truth Radio. We also have a Truth Chapel bookstore page. On Twitter, you can find us at Truth Chapel WEF, like World Evangelism Fellowship. We have a YouTube channel, Truth Chapel World Evangelism Fellowship Church, and just many ways to find out more. If you go to our Facebook page, you go to the Sound of Truth Radio Facebook page or the Truth Chapel Facebook page, you'll find archived videos of our church services and other live radio broadcasts that we have done. And so you don't have to just be at this point maybe of being new to the ministry and waiting to find out more, but go listen to some messages that we've brought in the past, or watch some radio programs we've done, or whatever you might like to do to find out more about this ministry. And we pray that as you do that, there will be something in it for you, that you will be blessed, you'll be helped, you'll be instructed. And then if that's the case, we pray also that you would feel led to support what is going on here. Again, we need about $1,300 more as a minimum to reach the goal to pay the renovation expenses and the radio expenses this month. That's not counting, not at all, our regular church expenses, utility bills, insurance, rent, so on and so forth. That's not counting any of that. We depend on the people here at Truth Chapel to take care of those regular church needs, as is the case with any local church. But when we have special things that we've done to reach out more beyond the walls of the church, we do ask you to help out as a listener and as a viewer. Or maybe just as a person here in Spartanburg, and you believe in what we're doing. You don't get to listen a whole lot. You don't get to come to church here for whatever reason, but you say, I need to support that. I need to help out. We encourage you and invite you to do so. Our website, once again, wxpsfm.com. You can go there to donate via PayPal. Our phone number is 864-327-8725. That's if you'd like to use a credit or a debit card over the phone. Our text line is 864-507-9382. Simply text the word GIVE to that number, and if it's your first time doing it, you will be prompted to set some things up the first time, and after that, it's very easy from there on out. It's easy even to set it up. Our mailing address is Post Office Box 1905, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29304. And up until noon today, you can come by the bookstore at 250 North Church Street and bring your donation, check, money order, cash, credit or debit card, however you would like to give. We can accept that in the bookstore. Again, that address is 250 North Church Street. We mentioned a few minutes ago about Marianne Peluso McGahan and her husband Chris McGahan coming in a few weeks. That's coming up Saturday night, January the 26th at 7 o'clock. Sunday morning, January the 27th at 10 a.m. And then in March, I believe the dates are March 2nd and the 3rd. I believe that it's definitely a Saturday and a Sunday. I think those are the correct dates. Pastor Ronnie Mitchum from Victory and Praise Worship Center Church in Crosby, Texas is going to be with us. Pastor Ronnie has just completed a brand new book on what happened to him about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I believe it was, regarding a couple of the football players on his team and how he had to take them off the team because they refused to stand for the national anthem. He took a very strong stand on that. He's written a book about it, and we're praying that it will be printed and ready to bring with him. And if so, he'll have that available with him when he comes, and he'll have a book signing that Saturday in the bookstore. So we're looking forward to that. And then when the month of May rolls around, we have Brother Donnie Swaggart from the Sun Life Broadcasting Network coming to Spartanburg. All of this is brought to you by this church and this radio station. We're the ones who have set all this up. We're hosting this. And honestly, this ministry, this church is the one who is making these events possible for you. And you wouldn't be having these things going on in Spartanburg if it were not for the work of this church. So that's why we ask you to give to help us stay in business, so to speak, and do these things. The Friday and Saturday night services with Brother Donnie in the month of May will be held at a local auditorium. This will be, we think, an auditorium on a college campus here in downtown Spartanburg. We're going to be pursuing that hopefully next week, and we'll have that finalized because we need a bigger location for the Friday and Saturday night services. We need for you to be thinking about coming. If you're coming from out of town, be making your hotel reservations, get everything lined up. If you're going to be bringing a church group, whether from out of town or even locally here in Spartanburg, let us know that a group is going to be coming. Let us know that you're going to be coming so we'll know how many people to expect. But we'll have an auditorium that I believe will accommodate everybody who would normally attend an event like that here in Spartanburg. Last time Brother Donnie was here a couple of years ago, we had about 300 people come, and so we're counting on about that number this time. Now, the Sunday services, when Brother Donnie's here, Sunday morning and Sunday night, they will be held here at the church because the crowd size goes down considerably for Sunday services because a lot of people go back home to their regular churches that they attend. And so we feel like we'll have ample space here for Sunday morning and Sunday night. Might get a little bit tight on Sunday night. That was what happened in the past. There were more people that were able to come out on a Sunday night than Sunday morning. So we filled our old building up last time Donnie was here on a Sunday night, and we hope to do that again this time. So that's kind of the lineup for the first part of 2019. We've got some brand new radio programs we're going to be doing. We've been talking about that. We're not only going to be doing those programs for radio, but we're going to be recording a video when those programs are made. And we're talking about a program that includes as many of our associate ministers as we can get together about every month to do a program. We're talking about Nikki's kids program and teen program, and her inviting kids and teens from the church to be a part of it. All that's going to be made available on video as well as aired over this radio station. So we'll be selling DVD copies, and we'll be giving it to you free over the internet. If you have internet access or if you have a Roku device, on your TV. You'll be able to watch all of that for free. So we're not trying to make it a money-making thing, but when we have to make a DVD and we buy the DVDs, of course, to make them, we have to charge a little bit for that, and it will help us out. We do need the help. Obviously, this is Radiothon, and we're here because we need your help. But when we do things like that, we don't do it as a money-making thing. We'd appreciate it if some additional offerings would come in because we need that, but we're not trying to sell things to make a profit, really. A lady came by yesterday and was asking about Brother Donnie's meetings, and she said, do you have to buy tickets? Do you have to have a ticket, etc.? No, you don't have to have a ticket. You've just got to get there early enough to get a good seat. But we never do ticketed events as far as selling tickets. Now, there's times we've had people go hand out free promotional tickets to things to try to encourage people to come, but we've never charged admission to get into anything we've done at the church here, and we will not be charging admission for Brother Donnie for the Friday and Saturday night services at an auditorium as well. No admission charge. I've never known Brother Donnie to do that, and we've never done that. And so we will be taking a love offering. We will be asking you to help out. Come prepared to help out with an offering. But we do not set a ticket price. I know that happens in a lot of what's called Christianity today. There are big, well-known preachers, and when they go hold a meeting, some of them charge a lot of money for people to get in. As a matter of fact, they charge so much that if we wanted to go in our family, and I don't want to go, but if I did, it would be hard to afford it for our family of 7 people. But if that's what they think they're supposed to do, that's between them and the Lord. But we believe the presentation of the gospel is free. That kind of also is the reason we don't sell advertising on this radio station. We don't sell airtime to preachers. We're determined by the grace of God to keep it what we believe it should be as far as all the teaching and the preaching and the music that comes over this station. So we don't have anybody paying us to air what we air. The people have been invited to be a part of it. We have permission from SBN to air their programming over this radio station, but they don't pay us anything to do that, and we don't have to pay them. We're simply taking what they produce already and air it over the radio station to help even more people. But when we do all that for free, so to speak, you got to understand it doesn't mean that there are no expenses involved. It doesn't mean that we just do all this stuff. Where do you get radio equipment for free? Who lets you be on their tower in the city to put your antenna up for free? Who provides internet service for free? Who provides telephone service for free? Who provides power for free? Who gives you a building for free? The answer is nobody. It doesn't happen that way. You're dealing with businesses that are there to make money, and rightly so, and you pay them. You pay them for equipment. You pay them for their services. We pay the owner of this building to be in this building right now renting it. I pray somebody will come along that will help us out in purchasing this building, but that's not the case right now. So we come to you, the ones who are being blessed, the ones who are benefiting from what's going on here, and we're asking you, and I've only got about 35 minutes left to say it today, and then this radiothon comes to an end for the month of January. So saying it just a few more times here in the next 35 minutes, would you help? Would you help and be a part of what we believe that it is the Lord has called us to do? We don't look and see what the most popular thing is going in Christianity today. We don't go buy the latest books from the Christian bookstore and see what is a fad right now and what people are wanting to hear. That's not what we're about. We're about giving people the truth, whether it's popular or not. And the truth these days, folks, is not popular. But that's what we do. And so for those that understand what we're doing, those that appreciate what we're doing, and you're out there because I've talked to some of you. I've talked to some of you about how much you appreciate what we're doing, but I still don't hear from you. Some of you, not all, thank the Lord, but some I still don't hear from when it's time to say, I want to help out. But we need to hear from you. That goes for everybody under the sound of my voice right now, or if you watch this later, if you find it on Facebook later and watch the replay, it's for you to help out and be a part. If you're being blessed at all by the work that is going on here in Spartanburg at Truth Chapel, Sound of Truth Radio, Vision of Truth TV, many more things to come, we need your help. and very, very much so. We need $1,300 at a minimum to come in the next 35 minutes, just to tell you how much we need your help. We need $1,300, and we're asking you to be a part of that with it might be a $5 gift, it might be a $25 gift, might be $100, or you might can write a check for most of that amount. Somebody out there could write a check for all of the expenses that we owe for renovations. That would be tens of thousands of dollars, but there's somebody that could do it, and you wouldn't miss it. I'm not talking about somebody that empties out their savings account. I'm talking about somebody the Lord has blessed you. You make a lot of money, just to be blunt about it, or you have made a lot of money in your life. And the Lord may be speaking to you to say, now it's time to bless my work. Now it's time to bless my work. And you may have been thinking all these years that you've been blessing His work, and maybe you were. But the Lord is introducing you to this ministry now, in your understanding we are preaching the truth, and that it is so desperately needed what is being said 24 hours a day, 7 days a week over this radio station. We're waiting to hear from you. Melissa is watching on Facebook. She says, nothing is too big for our God. Lord, send the funds. Thank you, Melissa, for that comment. If you're watching on Facebook Live, feel free to make a comment there where the video feed is, and we'll be happy to share that with the listeners on the air today. Here's how to get in touch with us, and I'm going to come back for another segment after this, after some more music, but I don't know how many more we will, because we've kind of said everything that we know to say over these past 3 days about the Radiothon, and I know there's some who tune in and have not tuned in before, so you will be hearing it the first time, but we just also don't want to be overly repetitious, and so if you just take my word for it today, we need your help. We need your help very, very much so. Even though the radio fund has been met, this Radiothon has become bigger and more than just raising money for radio expenses. When we say we need help in the building fund, it's not just something we tack on and say, well, it would be nice if people help out, but we need the help. So the Radiothon has become more than just raising expenses for radio, because we're doing a whole lot more than that reaches out to people beyond the walls of the church, and we use the radio to tell you of that need. So I need you to respond, please. WXPSFM.com is our website. You can use the PayPal system through our website to donate that way. You can call 864-327-8725 if you want to donate with a credit or a debit card over the phone. You can also text in your gift by sending the word GIVE to 864-507-9382. You can mail in a check or money order to Post Office Box 1905, Spartanburg, South Carolina 29304, or you can visit us for the next little bit. We're not going to be here much longer down in the bookstore, but for the next few minutes, you can come by to 250 North Church Street, and we would love to hear from you. We'd love even better to be able to see you if you can come by the bookstore in the next few minutes. So we encourage and invite you to do that. We need to hear from you. We need to see you, or however it is that you can give. Please do your very best. Do your very best for the work of the Lord during this Radiothon. It's coming up on 11:30. Here's Randy Knaps and Kim Coleman with a God Bless America medley.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America. transfigures you and me as he died to make men holy. Let us live to make men free while God is marching
Oh, beautiful, up a spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. I wonder if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. Talking about America, God shed His grace on thee, and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining
It's called the God Bless America Medley. That is Randy Knapp's and Kim Coleman on FM 92.1 WXPS. We're coming to it's almost the final 20 minutes of this radiothon, and we just encourage you, give us a call. Let us know that you're out there. If you can do something, we're going to go back to some music now. But bless the work of God, please, this day, if you possibly can. We're waiting to hear from you. 327-8725 is our phone number. P.O. Box 1905, Spartanburg 29304 is our address.
Well, I know my Lord is gonna lead me out. Yes, I know my Lord is gonna lead me out. 'Cause I'm gonna pray and do the best I can. Because I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. Sing that again. Yes, I know my Lord is gonna lead me out. If you can believe it, my God can do it. There's never been a mountain, there's never been a mountain that he couldn't move, that he couldn't move. There's never been no couldn't see. Oh, we got to claim his promises.
Claim his promises, yes and amen.
Stand on his word.
What his word is said.
If you can believe it, my God, if you can believe, if you can believe,
Heal the sick, raise the dead.
ah, yes he can.
On the water, just like he said.
Oh, yes he can.
Blinded eyes can see.
Died, but he rose victoriously. If you can believe it, my God can do it. Well, I'm gonna rest on the gospel way, only long enough to kneel and pray. And I'm gonna cling to my Lord's precious hand,
Precious name.
because I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. Yes, I know my Lord is gonna lead me out. Yes, I know my Lord gonna lead me out. And I'm gonna pray, do the best I can, y'all. Because I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. Yes, I know my Lord. I know he'll lead me out. Yes, I know my Lord. He's gonna lead me out. And I'm gonna pray each and every day and do the best I can. And I know my Lord. Oh, yes, he will. One more time. Yes, I know my Lord. He's gonna lead me out. Do you know your Lord? I know that he will lead you out. 'Cause I'm gonna pray, do the best I can. Yes, I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. Yes, he will. Yes, I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. Oh, you got to know it this morning, church. Do you know it?
Brian Haney, I know my Lord is going to lead me out on FM 92.1 WXPS. We're going to go back to that praise and worship set in just a moment. For those of you that may just now be tuning in, maybe just joining us, whether online or whether on the radio here in Spartanburg, just a reminder, we've been doing Radiothon for the past couple of days. We're about to close it out in about the next 15 minutes. We need to hear from you if you can help us out with the expenses that we've asked you to help with this month. We are at $2,292, but we need to be at about the $3,600 mark in total. So we do have a ways to go. Need about $1,300 more dollars, and I believe it's out there. I know it's out there. It's just the right people knowing and being led by God and being obedient to the Lord. You can donate online by going to WXPSFM.com. You can also donate via text by texting the word GIVE to 864-507-9382. You can call us at 864-327-8725 to give via credit or debit card over the phone. You can also mail in a donation to P.O. Box 1905, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29304. Or you can visit us at 250 North Church Street. I'll be here about 15 more minutes. I need you to give me a call and let me know that you're there. If you're downstairs wanting to get into the bookstore, be glad to help you out if you'll give me a call at 327-8725. But we don't have much longer to go to be on here live. You can give any time after that by going to the website or texting in or whatever the case may be. But we'd love to hear from you in the next 15 minutes, a little bit less than that now really, so that we'll have time to announce the grand total at the very end. And we're so grateful, so thankful for what the total is right now. But as great as it is, and as much as people have helped, and some have given very large gifts this time, I still want to stress I don't have this information in front of me now, but I believe yesterday we looked, and the giving was from about 15 different people. And so since that time, just in round numbers, we'll say it's now 20 different people. 20 different people who have made up the totals this month. Folks, it's a lot of money, and we appreciate it, but it's not a lot of people. It's not a lot of people. That means many of these have had to give very sizable amounts in order to make this total possible that we have right now. So I'm asking if there would be more than 20 or so people who love the work that's going on here and have an appreciation for it. It would say, I'll stand up and be a part of this. If that's you, we need to hear from you. One more time, WXPSFM.com. 327-8725 is our voice line. Our text line is 507-9382. Both of those have 864 area codes. And our mailing address is P.O. Box 1905, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29304. Hope you have a great weekend. We're so thankful here in the Spartanburg area that the weather has cleared up. It's going to be a great day to come out tomorrow. Nice, warm, sunny day to come to church. We hope you'll make Truth Chapel the one you decide to come to. And we're at 250 North Church Street. If you can't come in person because you're out of town or maybe you're shut in, listen on the radio, 92.1 FM in Spartanburg, or watch online, visionoftruth.tv or Vision of Truth on your Roku device. Or we will also be streaming live, as we always do, on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Anyway, we're going to be looking for you. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend.
I don't know where you are this morning, but I know for me,
Praise
He hears my prayer.
Here's my prayer.
For me intercede.
Intercede.
And He's a friend. Everybody needs you. And He lifted me from that sinking sand. Come on, well, I know my Lord. Ah, yes, He will. Yes, I know my Lord. He's gonna lead me out. Well, I know my Lord. He's gonna lead me out. And I'm gonna pray. Do the best I can. Because I know my Lord's gonna lead me out of this pilgrim land. Oh, yes, He will. Yes, He will.
Yes.
So many in the world, they're making resolutions right now. And I tend to, I'll turn this song in almost every New Year's when I get the chance, I'll be honest. And I passed a church on the way in. It said, their sign out front said, a daily devotion is better than a yearly resolution. And my Lord, that just spoke to me. Don't make it a yearly resolution. Be with the Lord every day.
Yes.
The only way you're going to make a change in your life is to follow Him daily,
Yes, yes.
not yearly.
Praise
So
God.
I sing, Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Sing it again now. Yes, and purify us from within. Lord, and fill our hearts with your Holy Spirit. Lord, and take away all our sins, and Lord, prepare me. You're in holy, Lord. Tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be the sanctuary for you. And I trust in you. Oh, yes, I am. I trust in you. Every day that I live, Lord, you've been so faithful. No matter what, you've been so true. Oh, yes, you have, Lord. You never failed me. Lord, you never failed. I fell short so many times, Lord, but I know I'm trusting you, I'm trusting you. Oh, sing it again. Yes, I'm trusting you, Lord. I'm trusting you. I put my trust in you. Yes, I do. You've been so faithful. Oh, so very faithful, Lord. You've been so true. Always true, Lord. You never fail. I'm thankful for your faithfulness, Lord. And I'm thankful for your forgiveness and my shortcomings, Lord. I'm trusting you, Lord. I'm trusting you. You've never failed me. Never failed. Not one time, Lord. Oh, thank you, Jesus. And I'm trusting you, Lord. I'm trusting you. Oh, yes, I am. Hallelujah. Come on, give the Lord a hand clap.
You're listening to Sound of Truth Radio, WXPS FM 92.1, and online at soundoftruthradio.org.
You're listening to WXPS LP 92.1 FM in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
This is the Generation of the Cross with Pastor Gabriel Swagger. The Generation of the Cross is brought to you by Crossfire Youth Ministry at Family Worship Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pastor Gabriel Swaggart, and welcome today to GOTC. We're so glad to have you joining us wherever you may be from and however you may be watching. We're glad to have you joining us today around the world. Our guest today is one of our very own who is with us probably about every month or so, a couple times a month, Adam DeNoon. He's joining us again today, and he has now become the Shaggy Adam. And I'm just looking at him right now, and he is now the Shaggy Adam.
It's the Canadian genes. Basically, when wintertime comes around, even if I move out of my native environment,
your hair just grows out.
It's kind of like a defense mechanism, survival, and all that.
Of course, he's joking, but but no, I'll just kid around with him. And but we're glad to have each and every single one of you joining us today. Happy New Year! It is hard to imagine that this is the beginning of 2019. And it's remarkable, and how just how fast time flies. And as you've heard us mention the last couple of weeks, it just feels like yesterday we're beginning 2018, and here we are beginning 2019. And we're just praying the Lord's richest blessings upon each and every